Good day, everybody. This is BA Radiant Dawn, and I am back with a A Hero Rises prediction / analysis of our choices. I don't know what you want to call this video, but it's definitely an interesting topic, and I brought myself along a special guest. I brought along my new editor. If you've seen my thumbnails, you've seen his work. It's Tin. How's it going, buddy?
Hi, it's me. I wish I can edit the title of that experience, but honestly, there's no way to shorten it. It's it's engage AHR, choosing summoning prediction thing. So yeah, that's what we're at now. 3 units, so I ain't complaining.
Right? We get to choose a unit, any unit from that ends up winning their selection, their character selection, for free. We get to choose one out of all of them. But it's still pretty good. We still get a free freaking unit. And looking at some of the choices, this is pretty freaking fire. Although I'm pretty sure what 99% of the community is going to pick for their freebie. So Summoner's Duel is going to get fun. So...
Yeah. Bring Lucina meta.
Okay, so... Before we get into this, I just wanted to let you guys know a bit of a disclaimer. We are not including base forms and old alts. Because, like, why the hell would we? They are useless, they are worthless, unless you want to invest a ton into them. I'm not saying they're overly bad, I'm just saying they're a bad choice, consider, like, again, versus their newer versions. Like, why would we choose, like, let's say, Bunny Lucina over Valentine's? Like, what? There's no way, right? So we're ignoring base forms, we're only looking at relevant alts, and like legendaries, duos, harmonics, and yada yada yada. So this is gonna be the end of the face cam. You guys won't be able to see me anymore. I'm pretty sure you won't be complaining. And let's get into it. So,
Alright.
First off is the Marth. So the Marths have an interesting lineup. I have all of these, and I really only use 2 of the 3. What about you, Tin?
Personally, the only one that I have that I've used ever extensively is Legendary Marth, and that was mainly post his Refine just coming out. I never actually summoned a Duo Marth, so I can't really speak on them. In Legendary Marth, I believe I was just, like, using other sword infantry at the time. So while I'm not too well-versed personally in the Marths, I know it's honestly one of the most, and it could be wrong, but one of the more diverse possibilities out of every legendary, to be honest, except maybe like Eirika or Lyn, who all do different functions effectively, but yeah, then this can go anyway.
So I personally, who would you choose out of these? Like, who did you choose to vote for? I'm actually curious. If you don't mind me asking.
Okay, so here's the funny story.
Okay.
I haven't voted at all this entire time.
What?
I've been busy with work and all that, but like, if I was going to pick, I probably would have picked Brave Marth or Spurn.
Okay.
And even Tempest, if I was going to, and if I can reverse the clock, turn wheel, if you could say.
That's fair. So I have all 3, and like you've seen Duo Marth Refine, right?
I have not actually seen it in action yet, but I have read the description.
So, Duo Marth is the only hero in the game right now who can take advantage of Preempt plus Bar Save, because if you try to use the B slot Preempt, it doesn't work if you have a save skill equipped. So, Marth's Refine actually circumvents that, putting him as the only unit in the game who could do Preempt save. Which is absolutely badass, in my opinion. Like, that is crazy.
Oh, no.
And he's also the only one with Daring Fighter 3, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah. He's the only one that came with it, and has never been dropped since. Like,
That sounds like Fire Hero for you.
I'm, like, 99% sure. I'm gonna double-check that, because I do like to double-check my statements, just to make sure that I'm not speaking out of my ass. So, Daring Fighter.
Can't relate.
So I chose Duo Marth because, well, really, I just want to merge, and the other ones, to me, aren't as good. Let me see. Yeah, literally, units with skill, Winter Marth. Duo Marth's the only one daring fighter. Problem solved.
How daring.
So not only does he have...
With that in consideration, unique far save unit does sound pretty good. I'd probably change my vote to Duo Marth if that was the case, because I feel like all the Marths are good in their sword forms. Like, it's a very oversaturated type, you know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, a far save preempt he's the only one that can do it. So you can't really put a different unit in that role because he's the only one with that role in the game. But like, I chose Duo Marth because like I've been using Duo Marth. I actually used Ivy Mangoes to change his IVs to plus speed minus res, and he's badass. Like, far save. What else did I give him? I gave him a stance just in case the enemy survives. They still can't really. Well, I guess if he's vantaging, he does. I think I just gave him a stance just so that he gets the speed, the attack and speed. But I could have done ideal too. Fair. But I don't have ideal fodder, so I did stance. But yeah, so I did that, and he's pretty good. He just like freaking like using him in Binding Worlds is so crazy because he's at like level 99 and he's just like gone. Any range unit he just snipes. If someone outspeeds him, duo skill. Now he has bonus doubler. It's great.
Binding World is insane.
Binding World is nuts. But yeah, Legendary Marth is kind of like, he's cool, I guess. You have to invest into him for him to be better, though. And then, like, he's a Legendary that doesn't have the scoring built in, so you have to use our Dual Infantry, which is a rare skill. I think it's only, like, on one unit in the game, I think.
Yeah.
And then, Brave is just a less investment needed Legendary. Like, he's got Spurn, but a handful of units have Spurn now. Like, way too many, in my opinion. Like, let me see.
Once they make Spurn the new attack speed push 4, I'm good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only on 5 units, but, like, they're all in the normal summoning pool, so you're bound to pull one eventually. Distant Pressure is always fun, just because I made that meme song. And just because I did a parody song, I find Distant Pressure funny. Even Tempest is okay, I suppose. But yeah, honestly, I think my personal opinion, the clear winner here is Duo Marth. Just because the preempt far save thing is just way too OP. There's other God Swords, there's no other preempt save.
Oh, for sure. I'd say knowing that knowledge, because a lot of the refines just kind of in my head one out the other, I guess. Yeah, no, that seems really good when actually used, and
he's a good speed stat too. Like, mine with no merges or flowers or anything, he's at like 48, 49 speed with an asset.
Not bad.
Which is crazy. Like, he's a fast boy.
Oh, for sure.
So next up is gonna be Celica, and it's kind of slim pickings in my opinion. It's not really a fair matchup.
Yeah.
If it helps any, Celica has like I didn't include her base or her brave because I think they're just non-factors here. It's definitely between legendary or ascended, and I mean, like, this also isn't much of a competition. Because if you didn't pull an Ascended Celica, now you could just get a free Ascended Floret. Like, if you didn't pull her before, and you just want a free Floret, you just choose her as the freebie and you get a Floret. I'm pretty sure. Like,
could you imagine, like, a Phoenix Master 1 guide where he's like, use your free Ascended Floret on Fjorm, and now you can kill legendary, like, I don't know, Lear or something.
Yeah, like, so I'm pretty sure, I do not have Legendary Celica, but I think she has a scoring thing. I think she does. Built into her arena skill. I think so.
I want to say that she might.
Yeah, I think she might have been like one of the earliest ones with it. But I can't remember off the top of my head. And I don't think
it's been a hot minute since she's been released.
But let's just assume she does, because if she doesn't, then she's even worse.
Yeah.
So, her Soul of Zofia is basically like a Desperation, which is good. The problem with Legendary Celica here is she just doesn't do much. She's waiting on a remix to be okay again. Like, she can't kill a whole lot nowadays.
Yeah, and with remixes, you know, it's always... It can be kind of proactive to kind of invest into them.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, he was saying that you don't get Sothist.
Yeah.
Especially once Heroes is aware that you got a free one. Because we will get a bunch of free Sothist mergers because of that one error that one time. Like, it'd weirdly probably be better for Celica if Ascended Celica won.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Like that's actually a good point. Although, didn't Sothis have... Does original Sothis have DC built in, though? Is that the difference there?
Yeah, she had original DC built in, I believe.
Yeah, she has DC built in, so she's like in Ike territory, where Legendary Ike's refund was terrible. So, like, Sothis is kind of has to be, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Legendary Celica can't really do as much as Ascended, so I think this is pretty one-sided. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say there's in general, just to kind of canvas a little bit before, there's a couple to me that are kind of clear blowouts.
Mm-hmm.
And for Celica, she was kind of one of them. Of like, there's really one definitive option.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, like, if you look at Ascended Celica's weapon alone, it's better than Legendary Celica's entire kit, basically. Like, because they both have Soul of Zofia, right? So you're going attack speed Oath versus Infantry Null follow-up 3, which is not really a contest. The Swift Sparrow 3 versus Life and Death is pretty comparable. But, like, just listen to, like, Ascended Celica's weapon, okay? So she's got... If she initiates... So she's got Slang built in. If she initiates her within 2 space of an ally, attack speed +6, so there's Swift Sparrow right there, pretty much.
Yeah.
She's basically got tempo built in, like half a tempo. Neutralize effects that inflict guard on her, so enemies cannot guard against her. Deals damage equals 10% of foe's attack, so she gets 2 damage based on foe's attack. And she has Miracle. Like...
Yeah, so that's even more of Legendary Celica's kit, but it's a one weapon.
Yeah, basically. And then she has the Desperation of Soul of Zofia. So she will attack, she will W, she will proc a Moonbow, she will kill you. You can't do anything about it, because she will just eat you for breakfast. It is actually fantastic. I enjoy using Ascended Celica. She's fun. But, like, Legendary is waiting on a remix.
Oh, yeah, and that's... It'll take a little bit of time before Celica gets there, but, you know, we're rooting for her. We're all rooting for her.
Mm-hmm. So, who would you vote for between these two?
What do you think?
I want to say Ascended, but you might just be funny and do Legendary.
I'd be funny, I'd be Brave Celica.
Oh my god. I'd be funnier, I'd choose base. Okay. Let's go to one of the most one-sided, like, minimal choice units there is. Let's take a look at Sigurd. Sigurd has technically overall 3 choices, but we're not counting base. So we're looking at Legendary versus Duo, and this isn't really a competition either. Like, who would you choose right from the get-go? Just knowing what these two do, like knowing what they are capable of.
I'm gonna be honest, out of all of them, especially with the more casual fan base of people that like aren't super into the meta, I think it's safe to say Sigurd already won the category, Legendary Sigurd.
Mm-hmm.
And like he opened some new branch for like free-to-play players. Like he won. Like that's it. I like Duo Sigurd, but that they don't really stand that much of a chance in my mind, unless things go really crazy. But I think this is a full blowout, like, when it comes to results. Now, which one's better? I'm not sure. I will say when it comes to red mages, we did just get Dorothea, who, while doesn't have the duo skill, at least does fill a similar-ish niche, I suppose. So that kind of also hurts them as well, I guess, but...
Well, actually, not necessarily. I actually want to be funny here. and say that there's one specific reason why Dorothea being released, like the Christmas Dorothea, is actually catapults all other, like, so right now, because of Dorothea, we have access to a Cav Dancer on every SDS team. Because we have Duo Sigurd, we have Dorothea, we have Ninian, and we have Harmonized Azura. We now have a Cav Dancer for every SDS team. And Cav Dancers are typically the best because of the range that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, having that access to one in each team is actually fantastic. So now it wouldn't matter, like, no matter what you do, you'll have a dancer, and that dancer will be a Cav, and they will be at least moderately good to absolutely busted-ass broken. So I will give Duo Sigurd that point, but I don't think people are going to think that far in advance. Like, I actually talked about that with DTM in the banner reaction when we were discussing Dorothea. I was like, huh, now we have a Cav Dancer for every SDS team. That's actually pretty cool. If you really wanted to do that, you can. But on the flip side, that's like map dependent, because some maps just hate Cavs and just all that nonsense. But like, it's a thing you can do. I will give Duo Sigurd 1 point there. They were good when they were first released, too. There was a lot of ether raids, shenanigans you could do on offense or defense with the repo thing, because their duo skill's like a opposite side repo, where like if you have like a unit to the left and a unit down, you hit the button, they're gonna go up and right, which is kind of funny, but like it's so niche and kind of dumb, honestly.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I could think of that I could give Duo Sigurd a point for is I'm looking at the weapon, and if foe uses magic, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from area of effect specials by 50%. So they kind of like cut down. They're a little bit harder to kill if you're using a mage, and like so Harmonized Sonya is not going to do a whole lot against them. That's 1 point I'll give as well. But like. Legendary Sigurd changed the game when he came out. He's like the king of Cav Line. He's the king of freaking. They released him, and then they had to release like stuff like Thoki and Stallploy and Reeve just to stop him.
Oh, that was just like Duo Sigurd was our first Cav Dancer, and like they opened up a lot of avenues to there. And then Sigurd just gave everyone else movement, and then you can have any dancer have the same movement as Duo Sigurd. So,
yeah,
it's kind of a blowout in my mind.
Yeah, like
we're,
whether you're looking at fodder or you're looking at frickin' just usability, Legendary Sigurd is an absolute monster. He's still on my main team for Summoners Duels, not for SDR though, but for SDS. Just because, like, him running up, hitting someone, probably killing, and then I give him Pulse Smoke, so all save users that run Hardy are just screwed, and then Happy comes in and nukes the entire team. Like, that is my follow-up. It's like, pop duo skill of Duo Dogger, rush in, murder something, Pulse Smoke, Happy runs in, nuke, run back, freaking just keep the chain going and just dominate. He was good, and he's still pretty good, but he's starting to fall off by a bunch of anti-Sigurd stuff. Like the like Thoki, like I said, Reeve and Stallploy, and just a whole bunch of stuff. Well, not really Stallploy, but like Thoki's not even a problem initially, until his duo skill procs, and then your whole team can only move one space. But like, it's still a pretty one-sided sweep in Legendary Sigurd's favor, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I think out of all the heroes, honest, okay, maybe apart from, not to skip ahead, Byleth, I think this one's the clear winner. Yeah. Out of literally every single hero. This is the most obvious.
The only thing that I can also say for Duo Sigurd is the fact that it's duo. It's a Duo Sigurd's a rare unit that comes around once in a blue moon. Basically, it's like once a year, compared to Legendary Sigurd's like 2. So Duo Sigurd is rare, but is that rarity gonna bump them up to above Sigurd level, like Legendary Sigurd level? Probably not. But it's kind of the reverse for Celica, where the Legendary version is more rare because the Ascended is in the main pool. But the Ascended's so much better anyway that it doesn't matter. And it's kind of like this, but this one, it's like the Duo's rare, but we're still gonna like Legendary is still better overall because just usability and dominance of power.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of units that are just better than the other one, despite being more rare, so we're kind of going back to Ascended Celica style. What are your thoughts on the Leifs?
Well, I think... this is gonna... I don't know how to describe it. One of my friends, like, uses Leif to an insane degree. So, like, I am very biased towards, Resonant Harmonic? What's... Harmonic, right?
Harmonic, yeah.
Leif, the one with Celica?
Yeah.
Yeah. His fodder, attack speed, catch 4 is always great to have. Whole smoke is good. And, like, he just seems, as of now, just kind of better. Leif was waiting on that refine, but, like, good or not, it's still up in the air. So I am fully just Team Resonant Leif. And it's not even close. At least for me, personally.
Oh, yeah. Same. Fodder, so much better. Attack speed, catch, and pulse smoke is phenomenal. As a unit, they're just so much better. They're literally the Legendary Leif 2.0. Like, that's just straight up. So when, like, yes, Legendary Leif's apparently getting his remix, like, next month. But, like, if you look at the B skill, you still have to, in order to score high, well, you could keep it in order to score high, but, like, it's so bad. Why the hell would you? Like, S-Drink is so dumb. Why did they do that?
Yeah. I get it for, like, I got it for, like, base Leaf, when the game was still, like, kind of PvE focused, but I don't see S-Drink having any real use in any PvP meta, ever.
No. And, like, so you're basically wasting, like, I think now with the tier 4 B slots, you could just get rid of it and you'll score the same, right? Am I misunderstanding how that works for Arena now? I think
I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to scoring on Arena, I've fully given up. I'm just like, whoever has the most stats, I'm just gonna roll with. But I think they're even, because they're both 300 SP.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So, like, you're just getting, like, a freaking chill, and it's this, like, a chill 4. And it actually does something in combat, makes him better in combat, and it scores the same, so it doesn't matter. So no matter what, you'd have to give, like, both of them B's and C slots to score good. Actually, for a point for Legendary Leif is he is outright better for Arena than Harmonized, because Harmonized don't have a Arena scoring boost in their Harmonized skill. Meanwhile, like, I'm pretty sure Leif actually does. I know we're at the point where Leif has it, which actually refers us back to Celica, because if Leif has it, Celica will have it, because she hasn't gotten her refine yet. Or remix.
Interesting.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
He has something going for him, I guess, but he needs a lot more going for him than just scoring.
Yeah.
Because if you want scoring, why are you using a Bocav in Arena?
Well, because the legendary skill boosts it, and so it'll be... His scoring will be okay no matter what. That's the basic idea there. But, like,
yeah,
the problem
but there's
is
other water heroes, too. Like,
yeah. The problem is he also
probably
just doesn't
better
really...
than him in combat this rate.
Yeah, he also doesn't really kill anything, and, like, as it sits right now, they're both colorless bows. They're both colorless bow calves. So, like, which one would you rather have in combat currently? Like, a Harmonized or a Legendary? Like, come on. Harmonized can actually kill stuff and actually deal damage. And he has speed.
Harmonized is a newer unit. Like, they have more utility and skills and just raw stats.
Yeah, because, like, I have Legendary Leif, plus attack, plus 3 merge, and Harmonized Leif plus speed still has more attack than him. And a lot more speed. Less defense and res, though. But, Like when you have a basically a brave weapon, right? Oh no, Harmonized did not have a brave. I thought they did.
Huh.
Okay,
interesting.
So they do have different roles technically, but like
they do, but in utility they effectively do the same thing if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, like the fact that his refine is next month for the legendary might help people vote for him, but I'm still gonna have to say Harmonized.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Legendary Leaf fans, but until he gets his refine and remix, he's kind of a non-factor.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to turn over a new leaf, then we'll reevaluate him.
Turn over a new leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you intended to make that pun, but that was great.
Oh, I did intend to make that pun.
Okay.
I am very punny. Don't worry.
So next up is our boy Roy, who really only has 2 options, and it's still pretty one-sided.
Yeah, but
at least in my opinion.
the skill Roy can be any Azura.
So, let's, what's your opinion on, Roy versus Roy here?
I'd say probably Blazing Bachelors, just for... fodder is better, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Roy does have Spurn, like you mentioned earlier, everyone's getting Spurn nowadays, so... How much is that really gonna help? Bonus Doubler is on, like, a bunch of older units, too, I think, and one of the newer ones, maybe? It was on, like, Summer Caspar, for what's that worth, and so was, like, Nah.
Actually,
sure,
when I was...
Picks, but, like,
when we were speaking earlier, I forgot to mention, I didn't actually list that Legendary Roy had Spurn. So there's actually 6 units with Spurn.
Oh, okay. Well,
we
got a Sinister 6 with Spurn, and that devalues it by having more and more of it. So, get on you, Legendary Roy. Doing great, kid.
Let me see. I need to find... How many people actually have Bonus Doubler? I'm actually kind of curious about this.
I don't think it's too many, but I feel like one of them has to be easy enough to get, because they're just Bonus Doubler builds people will try and attempt.
Oh, yeah, so there's actually only 5 with Bonus Doubler, and it's Legendary Roy, Nah, Dual Alm, Fallen Lion, and Summer Caspar. Basically, the only ones that are demote / 4-star special is Nah and Caspar. And, yeah, like, that's not terrible. But, like, at the same time, how many... Why would you run... Why would you have Bonus Doubler in the A slot when you can have it as a seal?
Yeah, at this point, I think Bonus Doubler 3, like, I'm waiting for that to, like, I don't know, give to Hugh or something. Like, that just seems like it's just waiting to be power crept a little bit.
Oh god, Bonus Doubler 4, when?
Seriously. They'll find a way.
I wonder what it would do. I wonder what Bonus Doubler 4 would even do.
Probably, like, make, in, like, the passive stats into, like, raw visible stats, too. Like, calculate, like, I don't know, the +6 you get from, I don't know, freaking, like, Ode Cavalry or something into also bonus doublered.
Or,
I don't know.
To make it more, doublery. So right now it's just grants bonus to attack speed, defense, res during combat equals current bonus. What about grants bonus to attack speed, defense, res during combat equals 2 times current bonus on each of unit stats? Double the doubler.
I hope that works, because I want Zane to be literally the most insane unit ever.
So, yeah, like, Legendary Roy, Remix, easy to get, still not a great unit, so, like, you'd be getting him for fodder, and he doesn't really have much for fodder, just really Spurn is the only useful thing here, but...
Yeah,
even that's,
it's
like,
spurning interest, but not enough interest.
Well, the problem also is, like, Spurn is partially power crept, too, because that's just, like, damage reduction and wrath, but now we got, like, Velocity, which is damage reduction tempo. And, like, there's so many different damage reduction B-slot skills that, like, is Spurn really all that good still? I don't know. I mean, it is good, but is it better than the others?
Good point, Roy bad. Alright, Blazing Bachelor's Roy it is.
Yeah, let's go with the Roy Harem banner. God, that banner was so funny. So Sturdy Surge is it's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. There's not many characters with that. I think it's like 2. Flow Force is also pretty rare. I want to say that's like maybe 2 or 3 as well. Let me see. Oh no, it's just him. He's the only one with Flow Force.
Yeah, a couple of them are starting to get re-ran. Like, it's when they just Flow Refresh, I feel like is the only one that's been like consistently getting new units. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, so Sturdy Surge is on 2 units, Flow Force is on 1, and that's Roy. Overall, Harmonic Roy is pretty good also, especially with the fact that we're getting into more of a Dragon Beast kind of meta. His effectiveness against them is pretty damn good too. So like,
yeah,
his stocks are only going up from here, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he can only go upward from here, because I know at his release he was kind of overshadowed by every other Axe Cavalier after him just kind of being better. But like...
overshowed. Yeah. All his harem ladies are just like, oh, Roy. Just to hear your take. He's showered in the ladies, let me tell ya.
He did, and Celica's an adult and he's a child, so that was worrying. But,
oh god, the fact that he can marry what is it, Cecilia is just creepy. Anyway, moving on.
Byleth.
Harmonic Roy's kind of the winner. Harem Banner wins, as per usual. The next one is kind of interesting because there's an actual competition and it's not really just one-sided. That is Lyn. So,
yeah.
I mean, I say that it's not really one-sided, but it kind of is, but for a different reason. So, what would your choice be between Lyn's?
Honestly, this is probably... I feel like Lyn is the most interesting out of all the selections because there is a lot of choices that all feel like weirdly different niches. Like, I could see a player wanting to realistically get maybe any Lyn. Like, even, like, the weirder ones. Like, maybe they want, like, to merge on their Summer Lyn forma or whatever. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Refine too, so...
Yeah, so, like, there's a reason to get a lot of the Lyns. Even, like, I'd say, like, Ride Lyn, if I need to run a healer, she still somehow appears on my teams. Like, and I just have her at no merges. I'd say, though, because Ninja Lyn is already free for a lot of players... I'm gonna assume Blazing Whirlwind or Ireland? What's that
Flame Tribe
supposed to be anyway? Flame Tribe Lyn. I assume she has the best chances. Her Vertex Decay is kind of, I believe, a side grade to Loft Decay too. Shield Post is okay fodder. Speed Smoke 4 is debatable, I believe. I remember hearing someone really went off on Speed Smoke 4, but I don't remember who. But, like, I think it's okay, and not, like, Reflex is good if you want to make last low meta, so...
That was actually probably me that went off as in, like, totally hates it, or went off as in, like, totally loves it?
I think it was a negative.
Then it was probably me, because I have an issue with Speed Smoke being put on infantries. Lost Escape 2 is +6 Spectrum during combat. And if foe uses Sword, Lance, Axe, Dragonstone, or Beast, unit speed is greater than foe speed +5, foe cannot counterattack. Meanwhile, Flame Tribe Lyn's A slot gives her a lot more stats, +12, and an extra +5 damage when her special is ready, and when it's triggered, and healing as well. So, like, the legendary is less stats, but foe cannot counterattack for the most part. Or, with the Flame Tribe, it's a little bit of healing, a little bit extra damage, and a metric crap ton of stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I can tell what you mean, because a lot of the Lyns are, at the very least, pretty solid. They all are usable in different ways. Like, I would also say Flame Tribe. I would say the real competition, the closest competition amongst the Lyns, for the most likely to get voted for, is Duo versus Flame Tribe. The problem with Duo is we got her for free before.
Yeah, and I don't know if... I think the Faye fanbase might double dip. Because I vaguely remember Altina also being top 8 the next years after AHR.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong on that one.
I think
or it might have been Ninja Lin.
I think Altina was given for free the previous year. Or are you talking Winter Altina?
Oh, that might be it. Okay.
Because I know she was given for free on the previous year's Hero Rises, and then it was Duo, and then it was like Duo Lin, and then it was Ninjorin the following year. Who we're also gonna be getting to the Corrins later too, so we get to have the same conversation twice apparently.
Because they're both duos. Right?
Yeah, go figure. Duo ninjas are pretty damn good, except for the new one, really. But we'll talk about that later. Well, we don't have to talk about that later in this video. So, yay! One less thing to talk about. Okay, so...
The 12 engaged heroes, also leg yarn.
Yeah, where's the heroes representation? Oh, right, there's a summoning mechanic in engage, kind of, so never mind.
Yeah, if you just doused Alphonse and Sharena in red paint and blue paint, I'm sure you can summon make an Alir out of them.
So yeah, like, Duo Lin is an absolute... Like, she's not an absolute monster like she used to be, but she's still pretty damn good. Especially for, like, Ether Raid's offense. I use her a lot as an Wings of Mercy beacon, which is fantastic. Just double Fury. Done deal. Just come in, everyone teleports in, just starts slaying shit left, right, and center. She's fantastic for that. But she's having a problem with Far Savers as of now. Like, she can't kill them, but they also can't do much against her. So it still gets her into the role of being able to be a Wings of Mercy beacon, but the problem is now she can't get a kill as easily, which is kind of bad. The one that doesn't have a problem getting a kill is Flame Tribe Lin. If you've touched Summoner duels, you know Flame Tribe Lin very well, and you know how powerful she is, you know how annoying she is, you know how just fucking OP she is. I'm sorry for the language, but like, come on. She is so hard to kill. Swap out Godlike Reflexes for Vital Astra, and you got a unit that just won't die easy. Especially when you do, like, frickin' Legendary Elliewood, frickin' bonus doubler, plus Kanto, plus this and that. Now she's just like, touch me and die, I dare you. Like, yeah. Flame Tribe Lin is a monster. The fact that Ninja Lin is here makes these two, like the two, a kind of competition, but like I still say Flame Tribe's better. Flame Tribe is winning this.
Yeah, I'd honestly agree of like, I think that Lin out of all the heroes, also just because there's a lot to be split up because there's an ass load of Lins, like, it could go, I could see it going to either of them, realistically. I think it's probably a mix between Ninja or Flame Tribe. But my gut's telling me Flame Tribe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is Flame Tribe, because, like, her meta relevance is hardcore. Like, the problem with Ninja is there's Ninjorin, who could just do her job better, really. It's not in a different way, but Ninjorin has more range.
Yeah, and I'd even say, like, say Flame Tribe Lin wins the Lin category. Like, I could very easily see her even be, like, the one player's choose. Like, she will be the free unit. I could very easily see that.
I'm telling you now, if she wins, I will pick her as my free unit, more than likely. I might go Legendary Byleth if he wins, which we'll talk about that later. Because, like, Pon's Loki, which we'll also talk about later. But yeah, like, I could see Flame Tribe being the one that everyone will take for free if she wins her category, just because she is that meta. And, like, man, she's gonna be everywhere in Summoners of Duels. Everyone's gonna have one. It's gonna be chaotic. But it's gonna be... I'm okay with it, because I'll have a merge on mine. Mine will be, like, +2 or +3.
Oh, nice.
+2.
Sure, players will love Summoner Duels even more. They already do.
Oh, yeah. This is basically... This whole... A lot of the choices on here is just like, hey, do you love Summoners Duels? You won't now.
And the fun part is people don't even like Summoner Duels in the first place.
Oh, yeah. Well, I find Summoners Duels S fun, at least.
Yeah,
For Summoner Duels R, I just copied PM1's team.
That's fair.
Hey, I fought him. He kicked my ass. I figured out how to beat him. And I just copied him for... It's great. PM1's a pro. Shout out to PM1. But no, I'm not going to run his copied team, but I could copy it if I really wanted to. That's just the funny thing there. So yeah, we both agree the Flame Tribe will win. Let's get on to the Eirikas, where things are kind of interesting. So we have a few options that are actually viable for the Eirikas. Because we have, like, a duo, which is rare. We have a legendary, which is apparently solid from what I've heard, but I don't really care too much. We have a brave who was meta for quite a while, and has kind of fallen off at this point, but has really good fodder. And then we have Summer, which is a newer alt, who is also pretty solid with pretty damn good fodder. So this one's a little interesting. What do you think? What are your thoughts on these four?
If I had to nail them down, I'd probably just instantly strike down Duo Eirika. Because I feel like as a unit, she's never really... I'm gonna be honest, I usually see duos like at least twice in any form of content. I have not seen a Duo Eirika once.
Yep.
I don't even know what she would do that would make her relevant. Like, I know she has dodge or something, but that's about it.
So
I really see this...
I have all duos.
And... Huh?
I have all duos on harmonics, including her.
Yeah.
I unfortunately gave her Ruptured Sky. So that's a fodder that I'll never get back.
Yeah.
So basically what she does is duo... The duo has Slaying in the weapon. If you initiates combat within 2 spaces of an ally, Spectrum +5. If bonus or penalty is active on unit, deals damage equals 20% of foe's defense. And if unit deals damage to foe during combat, restores HP to unit equals 20% of foe's defense. So, she deals extra damage and heals up after combat. Or during combat.
Okay.
That's pretty solid weapon.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty alright. Out of raw curiosity, where do you put them? Because I feel like they're not like one of the more undervalued ones. I could be wrong. Where are they in your like massive list of like duo units that you made a while back? Like, aren't they like near the bottom?
They are near the bottom because they're just still pretty damn terrible.
Yeah.
Like, the duo skill, I think is it reloadable? Yeah, at start of odd number turns. So every, like, second turn, you could use the duo skill again, which is nice, and it's dodge. So it's, like, damage reduction. But the problem is, like, there's damage reduction piercing now, and, like, the duo Eirika can't really kill, and she can't really survive. And, like,
yeah,
it's just not a nice time for her.
Yeah, the child units are, they're struggling.
I mean, not all of them, but, like... Duo Eirika definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to give, like, true relevancy, I would say Summer Eirika has a pretty good shot of winning, but Brave Eirika does have a really good fodder. And I feel like for some players, too, being a Brave unit kind of gives you a bit of popularity. Because, like, you might have already experienced how she's good, you might want more of Brave Eirika. I know she's fallen off more recently, but, like, for a while... she was just kind of the lance cav that you wanted.
Yeah.
Her fodder's just really good, too. Like, straight up.
For quite a while, she was, like, the lance cav. If you... Like, because she was also one of the first ones to do the whole Canto shenanigan, too, right after Regan, right? So, like, she was, like, freaking all over the place back in the day. Not so much now, but she's still used every now and then. So, like, I could see her actually being, like, an actual decision, like, an actual choice here. Even though she's in the normal pool, she's still good enough, and like you said, her fodder is pretty damn good. Surge Sparrow is only on, like, her and, what the hell's his name? I pulled, like, 7 of him. What is his name? I didn't specifically pull, but I, like, got pity broken multiple times by this one unit. Galzus. Galzus has, Surge Sparrow as well. So it's like it's starting to become a less rare skill, but it's still pretty fairly rare and pretty good still. Attack speed menace is just crazy. I love the menace skills. You need a buff or you need the foes debuffed. Voila, menace skill done. Like, it's beautiful. You need a bonus. Voila. You need a penalty. Voila. Like, it's so stupid. It can be combined with so many different skills. Menaces are still pretty damn good in my opinion. They are kind of falling off, but they're pretty relevant still. Honestly, so you said you'd choose the summer one more than likely?
Yeah. I'd say probably so. Her fodder isn't, like... Truly, it doesn't really jump out to me. Like, but as a unit, I know she's solid. It's like a SPAC speed Oath 4 I can see in the use of. Sturdy Impact's a little bit niche. But, like, I think that just... Moonlight Bengal F and her personal weapon should be able to carry her enough to being kind of the front runner of the Eirikas.
Yeah, like, I think I still have one, and then I have one as a manual for the summer one. She's pretty solid. She got Slaying, Spectrum +5, half of no follow-up, Guard, and if she attacked, inflicts Guard as, like, a guard smoke kind of gimmick. And then, like, her B slot is the same as her legendary, which kind of makes the legendary kind of moot. Even with the refund, it's like, nah, who really cares? And then, where does she go off to again? There she is. But yeah, like, attack speed Oath 4 is probably the most valuable skill she has that can be inherited, because it's that or the freaking A, and I don't really care about the impact skills, really. They're okay, but, like, I don't care enough to actually give a damn. Attack speed Oath 4 is absolutely funny, and it's actually a fairly meta skill. Like, you'd see this a lot in the higher levels of Summer's Duels with Oath 4 skills, and it's still a pretty rare skill, too. So, like, it's still kind of a toss-up between Brave or Summer, but I think Summer should win, personally.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but I'd say this is true. This could go either way.
Yeah, this one's actually the hard one to be like, who would people pick? Cause like, the Brave has really good fodder, but she's also in the normal pool. The Summer's got okay fodder, but she's like technically the better unit. It's a toughie. It's a toughie.
You know, for once, it's actually kind of a genuine choice.
Yeah, right?
A lot of these heroes are released, like, months in the past between. Like, you know, for instance, like, with Leif, Harmonized Leif is just kind of better because, like, he's, like, what, 3 years newer or something? But with Eirika, it's actually kind of relatively newish, and, like, yeah, they just have different roles. Hard to tell.
Yeah, just as a heads up to anyone who's watching this, I've been following DTM. DTM's been making a post every single day, like a community post, like a poll of saying like, hey, which of the units of this, like units of this character, which version of this character did you vote for? I think that Eirika, Summer Eirika won. It was like 80%, 90% Summer Eirika. So if that says anything, we'll see.
Yeah, I can see. Well, at least that is some kind of community survey, at least.
Yeah.
So,
DTM's pretty cool like that. DTM does a good job. He's a buddy. He joined me for the last banner reaction, so he's got to be a buddy.
Exactly. If not, then he will have something to say about that.
Oh, right? I don't want to make DTM mad.
Yeah, do not. Don't tempt me, I believe is what DTM stands for. So, probably don't want to do that.
Probably. DTM Faye, don't tempt me, Faye.
Me whenever heroes do some new game.
Okay, this one is also kind of a sweep, because there's only like one unit that's even really still used here.
Yeah, well, this can hold the Laurent Medallion, so she counters Fallen Ike out of the discussion. And then Ike's old, like Vanguard Ike's old.
Yeah,
like
Legendary Ike is ancient.
You need a lot of investment to make him work.
Yeah, and, like, he's pretty damn bad. He even got a remix or not a remix, but a refine. Radiant Ether 2 is nice, but his refine is just like, whatever, dude. He got Sothis. He's the original Sothis. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike's messy, but he has a dream, and you can make that dream a reality if you invest really hard. Do you really want to invest hard in your free unit, or you just want one good out the box?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Like, maybe one thing that, like, we haven't mentioned yet is if someone has, like, one of the choices on the screen for any of the units previous as well as these, at, like, +9, they're probably gonna go for that final merge. Like, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, what'll the community choose? That's the kind of goal that we're trying to figure out. So, there's nothing wrong with going for your favorite version. There's nothing wrong with you going for for the one you need one last merge of. But, like, you guys do have to understand this is a community vote, and the community might not vote the way you want it to. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Duo Ike or Duo Ike, really. Like, Fallen Ike can be funny, but his days of being funny are kind of done now, because there's just units that are like, yeah, no, you get nothing. Or, like, they'll just kill him even though he does the multiple stackings with the bonus doubler, with the unity, with the Duo Micaiah, with the... That was a fun little meta, not really meta, but gimmick. Meta gimmick, I suppose you could say, where like a lot of people were trying it out. It was kind of funny, but then it just stopped working. So
yeah,
it's like,
a lot of units that kind of take a lot of like effort to make them, like they need a whole like force to be really good. They don't really see that much longevity. Like I can't think of the last time I've seen like Spring Maria or something. Where it's like, yeah, they can be really strong, but they kind of need everyone to be behind them to make it work.
Okay, so I'm actually just, like, looking at the stats between them, and I'm laughing so hard, because Duo Ike is just so stat-stacked, it's not even funny. Him and Fallen are tied for HP. Duo Ike has the highest attack. Tied for the highest speed. Tied with Fallen for defense. Has the highest res. Like, he's got, like, 9 more attack than the next highest Ike stat on this screen, which is so funny to me. It's not a competition. It's really not. Plus, like, Duo Ike is still pretty damn used in Summoner's Duels at the moment, as well as other game modes, too. Just because he could, like, turn off freaking, like, he has what I like to call a special... He's like a special depulsor? No, that's what Tiki does. He just basically has pulse smoke, but duo skill version. Where it's like, yeah, you guys just get your specials reset to the beginning. Just done. And you get guard too. Merry Christmas. So like, hey, do you like your save skills? Yeah, or your Hardy Fighter shenanigans? Yeah, you don't get those now, bye. Like, can Fallen Ike or Legendary Ike or any of the Ikes compete with that? I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, Legendary Ike has a refine and seal attack defense too, and Ike can do all that. So I think it's a wash.
I mean, the duo skill inflicts attack speed -7. That's more than the seal.
Yeah. I said what I said.
It's pretty, like, even look at, like, Legendary Ike after he got his remix, the skill they gave him is Joint Drive Res!
His res is terrible.
What? Why? Joint Drive Res, like, congrats, you just made him fodder.
Yeah, no, people were killed that day when they gave Ike Terrible a refine.
Yeah. But, like, Duo Ike also has, like, Distant Dart, which is, like, the best DC skill. Because it doesn't even inflict damage, it's just straight up if foe attacks, speed +5, and DC. Which is so good. Joint drive attack, whatever. I guess like if you wanted to inherit like that and like a lower version and distant dart and DC, you could do that. That's kind of whatever. But hey, Arena, am I right? No
Yeah.
Disrupt is like okay as well, I suppose. But like you want other things in that B slot, but he takes the least effort to get good, and his duo skill alone is just nutty. So I think like Duo Ike's gonna win here. Like there should be no competition here.
Oh, for sure. Well, if we're moving on to the next one, I think that you should probably head this conversation as the resident Micaiah enjoyer.
Oh yeah, I got Brave and Summer to +10. Let's go.
Alright, nice.
Legendary's next. So the funny thing is, two of those 3 units that was just mentioned are on this screen. So I'm gonna lead up this one because like Mickey things, am I right? I just realized I didn't properly center them because there's space on the left but not on the right. Oh well. I'd slap this together. Sorry guys. If your OCD is screaming at you, it's okay. Mine screams at me too. So Duo Micaiah was like really funny for Ether Raids for a while just because of the dominance shenanigans, and oh my god, the memes that came out of this unit were hilarious.
Yeah, she was also shocking as a concept. Have them be a couple, but I ain't getting into that.
Yeah, there's like the groomed groom meme, and the Dommy Mommy meme, and
yeah.
This unit is
how
a
old is
meme.
Micaiah? Did they ever decide that, like, canonically?
What?
How old Micaiah is? Is she like 30, 40? Because, like, she already looked like what she looked like in Path of Radiance, which I guess was only 3 years, but still. Like, do we know how old she is?
I don't.
Irrelevant. Anyway.
We do, but I want to say she's older than she looks. Because I think that's what Marum said to her. He's like, yeah, your age kind of bellies your looks there. I'm pretty sure one of the Lagoos knows that she... Okay, so, spoiler alert for a game that's like freaking 10 years old, okay? Plus, over 10 years old. So Micaiah is a mixed Lagoos and human, right? She's a branded one. They have longer lives than normal humans. And she is like half Heron. So she has an even long... Or not half Heron, but like... Her ancestor was like half Heron. So anyone who's half Heron has a really, really long lifespan. So... She's like... She could easily be... So, let me think of the timeline. I want to say she's at, like... Okay, the Misaha was executed... In terms of Path of Radiance, like 10 years? Because Child Sanaki came into power. This is a bit of a...
Young age.
Oh yeah, like when she was like 3 or 4, she became the next apostle. And I think the timeline said they spent years trying to like find the next apostle, and they found Sanaki. So I want to say Misaha was assassinated like 7 or 10 years before, like actually like 15 years before Path of Radiance, and then Radiant Dawn by the Soth glow up and the Ike glow up. I think there's like a 5-year time span for that too, I think. Although Sanaki looks a lot older, which is weird, but she also wasn't super young in Path of Radiance. So like, let's say that's like 20 years ago, and Mickey's like the big sister to Sanaki. So Radiant Dawn Mickey could probably be 40 or 50 years old.
Wow. 40, 50 looks like that. Drag Manuela.
At least, if not even older. Because we don't know when she was born. She was like... we don't even know how she was separated from the grandma, I don't think. I'm gonna have to look into this, because now I'm actually curious. How old is Micaiah? We gotta figure out. Anyway, that's completely irrelevant to this, though. Her age does not change the fact that her duo alt's a meme. Yeah. She asserts dominance. Ooh, next. The real competition, I'd say, is between Legendary and Summer. And Legendary comes around more often, but, like, they both do different things phenomenally well. While Legendary Mickey is more of a one-shot, one-kill kind of unit, Summer Mickey's like, hey, I'm just gonna brave your ass. And, like, if I have higher speed and more res than you, I'm just gonna quad you.
Which with 37 res is not terribly hard to do.
Yeah, and, like, her speed stat's, like, 30, but you could pump that up. I've pumped mine up to over 60. I think she's at, like, 62, 63 speed. So, like, you can, like, push her to extreme heights. And push her res up high, too. So that's not really an issue. But, like, not counting speed stacking, she either doubles you or she doubles you. Like, she either gets a brave or she gets, like, not a desperation. She either gets a brave or, damn it, I can't remember what Summer Mickey does, and I use her a lot. Mainly because I stack speed, so she always quads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she gets a desperation effect. I don't think that's what she does.
Isn't it, like, if they clear some kind of penalty, they get more? It's something weird. I know all the duo units of that banner kind of have the same check, I think.
Okay, so for Summer Mickey, if unit initiates combat is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack res plus 6 to unit during combat, and the following effects will occur based on the value of unit's res minus foe's res. If greater than or equal to 5 and less than 14, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. If greater than or equal to 15 and unit initiates combat, brave. So yeah, she either gets to double or she gets to brave. So she gets to double or she gets to double, but it just depends on if the enemy is allowed to counterattack in between.
Mm.
So that's not too bad, but she's wanting to win that brave check, just because, like, come on, because is any unit gonna withstand a double strike of Mickey? Like, come on, let's be real. She's effective against calves and armors. All her versions are, and that is, like, supremely good, especially in the current armor-heavy meta of, like, hardy fighter and all that, right? So, like, attacking once can just be, like, hardy fightered away. Attacking with brave eats through that. So the value and usability, especially since she's a cav, goes to Summer Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
She's also rarer than legendary. And, like, she's blessable. She has the... You'd have to sacrifice the catch to slap on the dual cav skill that's on one unit in the entire game, and that's, like, Saul? Like, I think it's Valentine's Saul? Or Bride Saul? Bridal Saul. That's what it is. He's the only one with that tier 4 dual cav skill. But, like, it's up. This is a pretty tough one overall, but I personally feel Summer should win. Because, like, even in terms of fodder, Fury 4 is on a crap ton of units. Like, so many units. Like, I'm actually going to check to see how many units, because I know it's a crap ton. It's like a metric crap ton. Not even a crap ton. A metric crap ton. Fury 4.
And for the Americans out there, that's going to be a... What's the metric thing over there? Metric, or... Is Imperial? Imperial crap ton.
Yeah, it's an Imperial crap ton. So, as it sets, assuming Game Press hasn't missed anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units have Fury 4.
That is
actually a lot of units. Attack res catch is better. It's rare. They both have prescience. It's just for legendary she has Joint Distant Guard, which doesn't really matter. Joint Distant Guard is kind of stupid. All it does is do the distant guard effect, but hey, you get it too. Like, it's stupid. Such a stupid skill. I don't understand. Why is it a tier 4? It's so bad.
Well, I guess she's gonna have a full kit, I suppose.
Basically, that's really all. They're like, hey, we need to do a C skill. What are we gonna give her? We could do, like, a menace. Nah, man. Let's give her. Let's do something new. Let's do Joint Distant Guard. It's like, are you sure?
Weird question. Thinking about it, why does Duo Micaiah have better fodder than Legendary Micaiah? Like, low key, like, attack res push 4, I'd probably prefer to Fury 4. I'd take the B and C skill over the Joint Distant Guard, to be completely honest.
The Mystic Boost, at least, is better than Joint Distant Guard, and this is Mystic Boost 3, not 4.
Yeah, just Legendary Micaiah, what happened? I think if you fought her of, like, older unit.
Well, I think the purpose... So this is going to be kind of a funny take. I think they made her kit bad. So she wouldn't get foddered. Because they made her, as a whole, a very good unit. She's an outstanding unit. So they made her fodder bad so she wouldn't get foddered. Which is kind of that's my interpretation anyway. Because I think it's just funnier that way. Because, like... What units would actually run Fury 4? Not many. What units would actually want Joint Distant Guard? No one gives a shit. And you can't fodder the B skill, so like, you kind of gotta... If you pull her, you might as well keep her, because she has no fodder. That's probably the mindset. That's my mindset.
That's what Big Micaiah wants you to think.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so Summer Mickey I think should win this, because she's overall a better unit.
Yeah.
She has, like... I would actually put Mystic Boost over Attack Res Catch, honestly. But Duo's Duo's not bad, but they're not a great unit. They don't do enough. They're waiting on a refine. And Legendary Mickey is a great unit with crap fodder, so, like... basically, we're looking at kind of crap unit with decent fodder, great unit with crap fodder, and great unit with not bad fodder. Not great, but not bad. So, like, in terms of fodder, they're kind of balanced overall. In terms of, like, if you look at viability of the unit plus fodder. So, like...
Jeez. Where are Micaiahs in their fodder?
Yeah, right? They're not... Micaiahs are kind of getting screwed in terms of fodder. Attack Res Catch is, like, one of the nicest things they've ever gotten. But yeah, no, like...
Yeah.
Mickey's... I'd say it's gonna go to Summer Mickey personally, but because I have a plus 10, I'm kind of hoping for Legendary, but I think Summer will get it.
I think we're getting the biggest thing. The game is called Fire Emblem Engage, and we have an engaged couple, so theoretically they should win.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, the frickin' memes, man. I'm still shaking my head at that.
Oh my god, all those things. It was... Every time Atelia's character is on those bridal banners, all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
You just stop putting them on there. Or Bright Sonickies and Micaiah's, please.
God, Bright Sonickie is just creepy. She's like a child. Please don't. Anyway, Lucina! So yeah, I just put Legendary and Valentine's on here because they're the most relevant. Brave has no fodder. Everyone should have a Brave Lucina if they wanted one. She should be highly merged by now, or at least halfway there, because she's old as all hell. She's not really used.
No.
I'm sorry, DTM, for kind of pooping on Lucina. I'm going to change that, but when I talk about Legendary and Valentine's. So, which would you choose between Valentine's or Legendary? Because I think we were talking earlier, and I think I know your opinion.
I'd say that Valentine's Lucina kind of seems to have the bigger edge. One, fast axe cav, which is still a relatively niche field, if I remember correctly. Has some fodder that truly only her and, like, Winter Manuela or something can use. Also kind of has the relevancy of, like, being a seasonal harder to get unit, and Lucina's also competing with, Legendary Crom, I believe, who does a similar thing to her, and then also the big bitch himself, Yaoi Crom, who has dominated effectively every single mode. Not even gonna lie, almost all of them. And I don't really know if she really stands much of a chance, to be honest, in comparison to them. Valentine's, I'm sure there'll be some kind of discourse, but I think Valentine's is probably the better pick.
Yeah, I would say Valentine's is probably gonna win as well. This is gonna be a kind of a funny take, but I think Valentine's Lucina, even with does Legendary have? I always gotta check this because I don't know what Legendaries have the frickin' scoring boost, which Legendary and Lucina doesn't even have the scoring boost. I was gonna say even if she did, I think Valentine's Lucina being an armor, she scores better than Legendary does even with the scoring boost.
Yeah, Legendary Lucina's a bit of an old maiden. I mean, she's not really doing that well for herself.
Look at the stats in comparison, okay? Valentine's has 5 more HP, 7 more attack, 7 more speed, 12 more defense, and 11 more res. That is just disgusting. And they both have future vision. And you could do the Hardy Fighter near save build on Valentine's, and it wouldn't actually be a half bad idea because she's speedy. So, like, that would actually help in her survival in doing it. The downside is Valentine's Crom exists, who is just made to destroy green armors, or really almost any armor that's not blue. So, like,
Yeah.
she does have that against her, but, like, there's not a lot Legendary Lucina's doing. Her fodder's not great. I mean, like, who doesn't love Wings of Mercy, right? She has she has Distant Guard 3. It's not even tier 4. Legendary Micaiah has better fodder than her.
Yeah, Lucina, you gotta, I don't know what's happening, girl, but we can help. We'll find you someone. I'm sure DTM will make you great, but maybe just DTM, because I'm not putting any faith in you.
I actually made her not bad. I gave her the best kit possible for her to maximize her potential here. And, like, so if you combine what her weapon does and what Future Vision 2 does, combine it with some other skills, it's kind of funny. So I'm gonna like tell you what my plot was for this unit, which I did. I told Baruka that I would, and then I did this thing. So, she has typical bow stuff, typical grant speed stuff. If a movement assist skill is used by unit or targets unit, grants, if you basically guarantee follow-up attack on initiation. If a unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Spectrum +4. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, inflicts penalty on foes' attack, speed, defense during combat equals 4 plus any current penalty on each of those stats. So basically, the more... Am I reading this right? The more penalties... Yeah, the more penalties they have, the more they get debuffed during combat in. So it's attack, speed, defense. And Future Vision 2 is... Future Vision 2 inflicts attack defense -7 when it's used on nearest foes within 4 spaces. I gave her attack speed menace, so then she's got the attack speed -6, the attack defense -7, so it's attack speed defense basically. And now so now she has all 3 stats being hit on the foe. And then I gave her attack speed ideal, I gave her low speed defense. She can actually combat, but she's not arena built. She's more like, I'm just gonna screw you up real quick built. But even then, Valentine's is still better overall, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Like, if Legendary fought Valentine's and Valentine's was a far save, Legendary would just die. It wouldn't even be a fair fight.
As long as Valentine's Lucina could chase other Lucina down, I don't think that Legendary Lucina has a chance.
Oh, one other thing. So, Valentine's Lucina is not only a better combatant, she's not only more usable and easier to use, she also has Savvy Fighter and Kestrel Stance 3. Both of them are really rare skills. She's the only one with Savvy, I'm pretty damn sure. She came out with it. She's the only one that's had it. I'm just gonna double check on that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah. And Kestrel Stance sounds like it shouldn't be as rare, but it is. Kestrel Stance is only on 2 units, her and Sigurd. So you can actually fodder Kestrel Stance 3 with some pre-foddering and Savvy Fighter to an armor unit. And this is part of the reason why I think Valentine's Lucina is gonna win. Who was an armor that got a refine that combines speed preempt and got a refine and is a duo who could capitalize, who needs speed to get this preempt and is an armor so can run Savvy Fighter and has a speed to back it up. And who's also on the polls to possibly win.
I know. Valentine Lynn.
Totally. But no, Duo Marth and her, Valentine's Lucina, being on the same banner is just asking for that to happen. Because, like, in case the enemy does survive, you have Savvy Fighter, you have damage reduction now. And half an health follow-up. And Kestrel Stance, so the enemy can't proc a special as easily. Assuming they survive. And if they don't, you got more speed. Like, it is so crazy that both of them are an option, because it's just, they're just made for each other. It's fantastic. But yeah.
And per usual, at least Lucina and Marth will have a connection then, I guess.
Yeah, right? Except she's been fodder to her ancestor. Whoops. Anyway, moving on. We're almost done. We're at the Corrins. And this is where it kind of gets interesting as well, because these three are... Okay, 2 of the 3 are pretty comparable. Like, there are reasons. And then 1 is just a refine, please. So, I'm actually curious about your pick between these 3 Corrins. Because we got Legendary, we got Duo, and we got Halloween.
I'd say for Legendary, it's kind of the same things I've said about all the other Legendaries of, like, yeah, they could be good with a refine, but we don't know that yet. So, off the board already. I'd say probably Halloween Corrin has this one for me. Mainly just because I feel it's the same. She's a solid unit as is. Like, I'm pretty sure most of us know that she's just a good unit, like Halloween Corrin. And she kind of has the same thing with Lynn to a lesser extent, because, like, players should usually, especially because this is the newer one, they should have a freak duo Corrin.
Yep.
Like, it's a newer version, and, like, you know, the fodder is okay on both of them. Attack speed push 4, not... Okay, I guess Ninja Corrin has speed res far trace 3, which is still pretty good for any, like, ranged cav or ranged, really, any unit. And I just feel like Halloween Corrin has that little bit of extra jush that, like, would take her over the top to let her be the top of these 3. And also all the other female Corrins, but there's like a bajillion of them, and not all of them are good, so...
Yeah.
I don't care.
We're only talking about the more gooder ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would also choose Halloween Corrin. Mainly because, like, A, she's just better Legendary Corrin. Because, like, they both have Negating Fang. And, just Legendary Corrin, or Halloween Corrin could just do it easier and better. Negating Fang. Halloween also has the best fodder out of all of them, with 3 tier 4 skills? Yeah. Joint Drive Attack, Dragon's Wrath 4, and Attack Speed Finish 4. 2 of which are phenomenal skills. Dragon's Wrath 4 and Attack Speed Finish 4 is god tier. She is she's like the best fodder we have seen on this, out of all these choices so far. Period.
Yeah, full, straight up, that's... I think also on her banner, wasn't she, like... I think she was one of the first to have all 4 tier 4 skills. I mean, all 3 tier 4 skills. So, like... Yeah, she blows the other side of the water. I just now realize everyone has Joint Drive Attack on this page, so... Oh,
hey, I didn't notice that. They kept the trend. They're just gonna give every Corrin Joint Drive Attack.
Trend alert. We got Joint Drive, because Corrin's all about teamwork, I guess, and not killing people.
I don't know. That's the Halloween one is also super hard to kill. So I do agree with your comment of, like, everyone got into Jorn for free. Like, come on, why, you don't need another one. Like you're fine, you're good. You already have this unit. You should have this unit.
Yeah,
again,
and honestly, I feel like Corrin, you really just need one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from a more, like, you can't wail. Like, you don't have all the orbs in the world. Maybe a +1, I guess, maybe to get rid of the Bane, but, like, that's all you need.
Well, a lot of the times, it's kind of like Lynn, where the Bane is HP, and you want that Bane to be able to be a Gale of Force beacon. Because if you give them more HP, you have to go through an extra round of combat in order to get the Wings of Mercy beacon going on. So it's actually better to not merge Ninjorn or Linja, honestly. because that's their main use in terms of like ether raids anyway. So like by getting a merge, you're getting rid of a niche, or you're getting rid of like their main potential there. In Summoner's Duels, that's a different story, but in Summoner's Duels, I honestly think like I could see Halloween Corrin being more relevant, although she's being heavily slept on in my opinion, than Ninjorn. Mainly because like, could you imagine Halloween Corrin there as a raid boss in Summoner's Duels? Give her everything bonus, give her everything Legendary Lightwood gives. Give her bonus doubler, give her freaking Canto, give her no follow-up, give her just the whole 9 yards. And because she's a dragon, as it is, she's guaranteed to get it from Legendary Lightwood. Like, what does Legendary Lightwood even give? Let's look at this for a second here. So, he grants bonus doubler, and then he gives Null Panic, Attack Speed Defense +6, and Canto. So he gets Attack Speed Defense +6, Null Panic, Canto, and bonus doubler. And then she has Dragon's Wrath 4, and Attack Speed Finish, and Negating Fang, and it can get pre-charged, so she doesn't need Shield Pulse. Like, she's the ultimate raid boss unit. You can even slap Dragon DC Seal. Done. She's a raid boss. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's a really damn good unit.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty safe for the Corrins, because, like, Duo Corrin is there, but, like, kind of a wash.
Yeah, like, if we didn't get Ninjorn for free, Ninjorn would actually be a competition. But a majority of the player base got her for free, and it wasn't that long ago. I could see maybe new players voting for the ninja duos of Corrin and Lyn over the newer versions. But if you've been playing longer than, like, 2 years, you're gonna want the newer versions because they're just better.
Mm-hmm. And even then, like, when it comes to, like, players that might be newer, they might have a Duo Corrin, but they might not have a Ninja Lyn.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a full, like, year they could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, you know, why would you want another copy of one unit that you just have? I don't know. It just doesn't seem smart to pick another one of them.
And I'm actually curious about something. I'm just going to double check this here. Where is my
Super Suit?
I'm going to check double special heroes. Yeah, Halloween Corrin's not going to be well, maybe the next... After this month, the following month that has double special heroes, she'll probably be on the banner. So, like, this is actually the first time, besides the debut banner, that we could actually get Ninjorn. Or not Ninjorn, the Halloween Corrin. I was gonna say the Halloween Ninja. I'm like, what? The Halloween Corrin. This is the first time we're actually able to get her outside of her debut banner. So, like, that's kind of huge, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it'd be good for merging. It'd be like, what was it, Duo Thor or something that got, like, re-ran, like, 4 times in the span of a few things they came to, like, player events or something. Maybe one of those. Oh, DTM, Duo Thor time. Perfect. But, yeah. I think Corrin should candidly win this category.
The Halloween Corrin should pretty handedly win. Because, like, Dragon's Wrath, for fodder, she's better. As a unit nowadays, she's better. Because, like, far saves with Guard, with special Depulsor, with freaking Deflect Magic. Like, Ninjorn was prevalent up until Deflect Magic far save became a thing, and then she was just kind of died. Like, I don't see as many people using her. So, yeah, I think Halloween should pretty handedly win this. And, we're on the last one, who's got the least amount of choices, and only one of them really matters. So, which Byleth would you choose?
When I think of a green-haired professor that dates their children, I'm probably gonna go with Winter Celica. I think they do great.
No, I think you're thinking Winter Cecilia.
Winter Cecilia. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
She actually fits that description. She fits the description you used. Green-haired teacher that dates their students. Perfect. Is she green hair? I'm colorblind. But, like, besides that...
Cecilia has, like
a greenish...
lime green.
Yeah.
It's, like, more of a foresty green than it is, like, Byleth, who has a more minty green.
But, like, hey, as long as it's green, it still fits the... As long as it's green, it still fits the meme.
Yeah, as long... It might be green, but it's still a felony. So...
Exactly.
Yeah, the only thing is that Celica cannot recreate the Fodlin incest circle, so... I guess Byleth has a one-up on her in that way.
So, I guess because every unit up till now has had 2 choices, at least, to pick from... so we're just gonna very briefly cover base Byleth, even though he's not on the screen, because he's not a factor in this conversation. He does have Ruptured Sky.
He has good fodder, but I believe also most Byleths have good fodder. And a few of them also have Ruptured Sky, I could be wrong.
Yeah, the others have Ruptured Sky. I think all he has is DC and frickin' Ruptured Sky. I think that's all he has. Yeah. DC, Ruptured Sky. That's it. That's all he has. But, like, when you have upgraded DCs, you don't care about DCs. And when you... Like, okay, Ruptured Sky is pretty nice. More Ruptured Skies are never a bad thing. But you've had, like, 2 years, 3 years to get Ruptured Sky copies? Like, come on, guys. So, let's just knock him out of the conversation here, because I don't think he's a factor. Let's talk about Legendary Byleth. He's better than base. Conversation over.
Yeah, that's it. They're done.
Yeah, that's all we need.
That was over.
He does Byleth thingies. He supports his students. He fights for his friends. That's all you need.
I'm glad that this long conversation ended with, alright, it's Byleth.
Yeah,
it's category.
Legendary Byleth wins. There's not really a discussion to have of maybe this one over this one. Maybe it's a debate between these two. I'm like, nah. This is so single-handed. The other one's not even on the screen. Like, there's no conversation here. He grants no follow-up. He has no follow-up drive. He's got... Admittedly, he's not really used in a whole lot of modes outside of Arena, and for me, Loki. I'm ecstatic that he's on the banner because of Loki. I could get merges, which gives him more HP, which makes him even better. Yeah. So, hey, if you like using him in Loki, you're gonna love this banner. But if you don't, then, that sucks to be you, I guess. I get more Loki merges, so, fuck, I don't care. Let's get up to, like, last time, he was part of a team that got me to 17th in all of Fae in Loki, okay? I had the least wailed on units in my brigade to tackle Loki, and I got to 17th. I beat out Wales with, like, my highest merge unit that's not free to play and not happy, because she was the only +10 that was not free to play. Is like duo I did with that's at like +6. That's my highest merge non-happy. Like my only 5-star locked unit that's the highest merge that's not happy, but is like +6. Everyone else is like +2, +1, +0. So I basically, in a sort of way, damn near free to played my way to 17th. And I competed with PM1 for a while, and I actually beat out PM1. He did not score higher than me. He did for a little bit, and then I got a perfect run. I think he finished 32nd last time for Loki, but last time I finished 22. So.
Yeah, take that, PM1.
Yeah.
See you out there.
To be fair, he's pretty damn good. I don't know what he uses for Loki. I should ask him. But, like, he was actually curious what I got, because he's like, wait, you passed me? What do you use? I sent him a picture, he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, there's only like 3 units in this entire brigade that are +10. You're just like, what? How did you do this good? It was so funny. Anyway, so yeah, our pick is Legendary Byleth, so I think I'll go with Legendary Byleth.
Yeah, I'll go with Legendary Byleth too.
Oh, look at that, we both went with Legendary Byleth. Go figure, who would've thought? Wow. Anyway, so that's the end of the discussion. Oh, not quite. we do have one last thing. So if our prediction is correct, because I'm pretty sure, Tin, you pretty much agree with me on everything. Like all the units, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we predict the circle should look like, because all 12 units are going to be on this banner. This is going to be basically like a legendary banner, but with units that we pick. And it's actually technically a legendary / mythic banner because of the possibilities. But, so we got, in red, Duo Ike and legendary Sigurd. For blue, we got Flame Tribe Lyn and Halloween Corrin. Blue's looking hella good.
Yeah.
But green and gray combined make up 2/3, or not 2/3? 2, 4, yeah, basically 2/3 of this entire banner. Green, we got Harmonized Roy, we got Summer Eirika, we got Valentine's Lucina, and we got Legendary Byleth. And then for gray, we got Dual Marth, Ascended Celica, Harmonized Leif, and Summer or Legendary Mickey. Could go either way. Some of these units are all monocolor for the best choices, right? Like no matter what, Sigurd's gonna be red. No matter what, between Legendary or Mythic or Duo, Mickey's gonna be gray. Ike's gonna be red. There's no arguing that. Ike's gonna be red. So like some of them are pretty much locked into certain colors. No matter what, you're gonna see that character on that color, right? But like just the fact that like green and gray make up 8 out of 12 is kind of funny. But let me just say this: at least, it's not monocolor. Let's go.
Yeah. Was last year Hero Rises everything was green, right?
Yep. Screw that banner, dude. Screw that banner to hell and back.
I had fun with that one. I had some decent luck. I just also remember on my personal account, I got effectively nothing, which was great.
Yep. Basically, I think it was like, Elder V capped it to like, wait, we can talk about this after. So let me know what you guys think about our prediction down in the comment section below. If you want to argue with us as to why a different unit should be winning or should be higher, definitely feel free to debate us in the comment section. I'd enjoy that. I enjoy talking about Fire Emblem. Heck,
tell us why Legendary Roy is better.
Heck, join my server, hop in, tag me, call me a dumbass, and explain. And I will be there. I will have so much fun with that. Not gonna lie. But yeah, this is our prediction based off of like what's the best choices that the community could possibly make here. We did say some of them are kind of a toss-up, like Summer versus Legendary Mickey or stuff like that. Brave versus Summer Eirika. But a lot of them are just straight washes where it's pretty easy to tell who's gonna win. But yeah, I hope you guys
pick the newer one.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, not just to me, but to Tin as well, who does a lot of hard work. If you've seen my Brilliant Diamond layout, if you've seen the thumbnails as of late, for the most part, those have been Tin, and he does a phenomenal job, so thank you, Tin.
Thank you so much. Glad to hear, because I put a lot of effort into those, and also just my own channel, but I don't upload that too often, but still, you should subscribe anyways.
Yeah, hit the link to that. His channel is going to be down in the description below, so go check him out. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this will be Written On, signing off. Bye! See you, everybody.
Bye.